Now, let's get started. We're past the top of the hour, and I'm really excited. And I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do a combination of whiteboard and screen for those of you who learn visually, those of you that it's all new for, because this learning, it was very new for me. And I was seeing the world very differently, like most people. In case, yeah, thanks, Lana. And if you want to chat directly to me, change it to everyone. Otherwise, you can keep it to host and panelists only, and that's just to me if you want to keep your chat private. But we're, hey, it's great to have all of you chatting together. So let's get started. I'm going to be sharing my screen as soon as I find my share button. Sorry, this is just setting up. Okay, great. Now, share screen, share screen, share screen. Here we go. This is the screen, and I hope you can see this. And let me open the chat again. There we go. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your feedback. It's very helpful. Lovely to see you, Lana. And so who is this for? Hey, it's for you. If you, like me, you've been into the law of attraction, but it hasn't worked for you that consistently. Maybe you can manifest a parking spot, but for those big things, no. And maybe there we go. And maybe you've tried to set goals and resolutions in the past and failed or just didn't follow through. Or you feel the shift going on in the world right now. Who's feeling the shift? Are you ready to awaken to your full potential and you don't want to be left behind? You know it's happening. I felt it, and I know everybody I'm talking to, they know something is about to change in the world. And if you don't change along with it, it'll change for you. So I'll be honest, this really is for everyone. If you have a subconscious mind, it's for you. And that's, but the theme today is manifesting in the new year. And what is I Am Superconscious about? It's really the shortcut to transformation and manifestation, using your higher level of consciousness instead of your lower levels of mind. And you manifest a life you love and live on your purpose. And what we do here, we use the most advanced training available to take your life to the next level in the fastest way possible. And it gives you access to your own superconscious, which is great. And this changes lives. Maybe some of you on here might find your own comments in here. This works for people from all walks of life, and it works on every aspect of life, including mood, letting go of trauma, stepping into fulfillment. It works with relationships. It does amazing things for your health and even money blocks. And here's some testimonials I'll share real quick, just so you understand what it can do. Katrina, she was only with the program for 2 months, and she said, literally, I lived in a black void, been stuck for so long in misery that I stopped dreaming of a better life. To, within 2 months, it brings tears and to my eyes when I think back to how miserable I was before. My life is transforming and I am happy. My dreams can become a reality. She's living a life I love. And there's other people saying, here's Megan, who was on depression medication for years and anxiety. And for the first time, she's without medication and living a life she loves. Here's Christina. This is just recently, she had some money blocks. We did a session, and within 2 days, she was right back on her way to the top. And so she wrote me a quick, lovely message. Here is Melanie. When I met Melanie, she was in a toxic relationship, always in a relationship with abusive men, and she was dependent on them for her rent, for having a roof over her head, to now living on her own, living her best life. She actually just signed up for certification to be certified in this work as well. If you have any questions about that, you are welcome to stay and ask me. And who am I? I am a top coach with Conscious Education Company. It's a $20 million company out of Australia. And I work with their one-on-one clients. I work with some of you on here, and I take on groups with thousands of members. I'm certified in reconnective healing and magnetic mind methods certified. And it works with all levels of consciousness. That's what this work does. And I've studied and practiced so many modalities, including health, wellness, body ecology, diet. I worked with the actual founders of these modalities, with Ron Teagarden of Dragon Herbs. And I'm just, I've always been interested in health, wellness, and alternative coaching. Thanks, Lana. Lana's in that group too. And she's also a coach. And she's also, you're a parliament member as well, member of parliament, right? In the UK. She's an achiever. So because of this system, real quick, a little bit about my story, not yet, she's working on it. Because the system and process I'm going to teach you today, I've been able to live the best life, stress-free, not like I used to. And it's really filled with life and joy. And I have time, freedom, and live a life on purpose. And I live in Ojai, California, with the love of my life, Daniel, my 2 dogs, no, 4 dogs now, but who's counting? 2 cats and many chickens. And I feel better today and younger and healthier than I did before I started using this work I'm going to teach you today. And what is different about it? It's basically the most predictable way to turn your thoughts into things and manifest what you want using the carrot system, like a diamond carrot, not carrot as in that you eat, if you can't see my slides. And, it's the easiest method that I'll teach you by utilizing your own innate power as a creator. And there's nothing to buy today. I'm going to give you a free week trial, no strings attached, into my coaching program today. So you can continue releasing your blocks and whatever and see what it's like. You just have to show up. It's normally a subscription. It's like monthly subscription that you can subscribe to, or yearly. And this is what we're going to learn today. We're going to learn with what is the wrong way to manifest, basically, because, hey, we've all done it. We've all manifested in the wrong way, including the personal development world. I was in that whole thing. I've tried everything. And so we'll teach you how to manifest in the correct way using the carrot system. We'll demo an actual process today where you will get to shift. And then I'll tell you, if you want to stick around and you want to learn how to continue your journey to awaken and become your own conscious creator, stick around, and I'll give you that free week and all that. And you can actually start shifting today in this webinar, whether you're watching live or replay, because this is being recorded. And you will experience a shift. Most people claim that they feel lighter, calmer, more peaceful, more aligned and centered. However, the actual takeaway comes after, where you start noticing little shifts in your own life, like less triggered, better mood, more laughter. I know that happened to me. And a little bit about me, I'm an immigrant from Israel. That's why my name is Galit. It's not very common. It's common in Israel. And I grew up in an abusive home. My father was physically abused. My sister, my mother, and myself. And, unless I went down the path of my father, he was very controlling. He expected me to do what he wanted me to do. And if I didn't, I wouldn't amount to anything. And so I would make countless of New Year's resolutions because everyone else was doing it, but I didn't really believe in myself that I could have that. Or if I did go to fulfill something, I'd always fail. I wouldn't stick to it. I don't know if any of you have done that, but that was my story. And when I was old enough to leave home, I couldn't shake my identity of being a victim. And that somehow I couldn't have what other people had because of my circumstances. So I spent thousands of dollars in programs over the years, and these are just some of them. And I was really into the law of attraction. And I actually saw them live, and I knew that there was something there. I knew that, I was always called to it. I loved how it felt when I had those moments when I was in it, that vortex, right? And I've done all the meditation, breath work, and no matter what I tried, I felt better for a little bit, but I still didn't feel like I was ever enough. And, on the outside, I looked like I had the life that everybody wanted. I actually founded a nonprofit dog rescue. I ran it for 15 years. I saved 7,000 dogs, which I'm really proud of. And I was seen as a hero. And on the inside, though, even with all that, I felt really incomplete, stressed, overworked, fearing judgment of others and how other people viewed me, super anxious, and my adrenals were beginning to fail. And I just couldn't escape my own creation. I created this. But, all I wanted, I was a single mom, I have a son, all I wanted was to, spend some time, quality time with my son. I wanted to just have more time freedom, a little more money. I wanted life to be easier. I don't know if you guys type in, if you guys can relate. Don't you just want life to be a little less stressful, a little less easier? And it's not too much to ask, is it? And yeah, thanks, Nicole. And I appreciate that. And you're only typing that to me if you mean to. But yeah, I think everyone out there just knows that there's more, but not for them. And, they feel, and like, we're worried so much about what other people think, even our closest family and friends. And nobody knows what's going on the inside of us. Yeah, stress sucks. Absolutely. And so I was making so little money because I created that, right? And I tried many ways to supplement my income. So that's when I became certified in energy healing. I sold my MLM supplements, stuff that I still use today. And I was seeing success, but some invisible force always tried to keep me down. Every time money started to come in from my other ventures, some excuse would come up and I couldn't continue growing. It became an obvious pattern once I was able to see it. But at the time, it was like I was taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but there's a pattern. Do you guys feel that? And, we set goals and resolutions, but not following through. We wait for some future to be better, but that day never comes. You question your own goals. Are they even attainable? Are they even real? And you feel like you don't know what's holding you back, but something, a better life always seems easy for others, but it didn't feel easy for me. And maybe my goals were just ridiculous or a pipe dream. So you grew up creating it all at a young age, but I didn't know how to change it. Now with programs like this, I know how to change my experience. I love it, Cynthia. Yes, you know it. You know this works. Yeah, the goals part. Yeah, they're even real. Thanks for that share. And once I learned, I hate to say this, my life changed once I learned that the law of attraction is only a half-truth. And most other therapies too, and I'm going to explain. And then I applied this carrot system in my own life, and like within 2 months, my income doubled, and then tripled within 14 months. And it enabled me to finally step down from the nonprofit after I tried for many years. That's why I tried to grow my income somewhere else so I can have more time. But I just kept oscillating back and forth. And my adrenals, my health improved. I felt younger. I even looked younger. And my stress changed. I used to wake up in this, as soon as I would open my eyes, I would be stressed and overwhelmed. And that just is gone. I can't even find that feeling anymore. it's just gone. And my relationships improved. Already had a great relationship with my husband. It got even better. And literally life improved in every area. It's funny because 1 month before the pandemic, and I'm telling you this because you guys, I know you can feel the shift in the world. You know something is shifting. So literally 1 month before the pandemic, I started, I felt that huge calling to change my life. I was ready, but I didn't know how. And I was lucky enough to meet a man named Christopher Duncan, and he taught me this system that he created using like a mishmash of modalities that he studied for so many years that helped him create a multi-million-dollar company. And once I applied it to my own life, everything changed. So I became certified in this work. I created the carrot system, and they use, it's a 5-step system, whatever you want to call it. It's a 5-step system. And then I created my own coaching program called I Am Superconscious, and I watched others in the program significantly upgrade their lives like I have in all areas. And all you have to do is show up, whether it's live or replay. And I was honored when Chris asked me to come and work for him as well and coach his private clients. And he also encouraged me to launch this group as well. And why is it that most people manifest in the wrong way? With so many copies of the law of attraction, including me buying it, why don't people have what they want? Do you ever ask that? Do you ever wonder? And the truth is that people don't understand that we're manifesting with our conscious mind. I want something, right? But we're also manifesting with the subconscious mind, and they have very different agendas. We're unaware, like we're aware of what we want, but we're also unaware that we're sending opposite signals. You know, those rockets of desire that they talk about. I don't know if you guys listen to, the audio, or the books. It's to send out your rockets of desire. So we send them out, but we also send rockets of desire of not wanting it. Why is that? Which I'll explain. But, the truth is we're always manifesting with our focus. There's no on-off switch to manifesting. You're manifesting right now. There's no on-off switch. So that whole be careful what you wish for, you might just get it, is true. But we don't realize what we're wishing for because we're unconscious of it. Yeah, it's also the rockets of lack. Yeah, thanks for that. That's so true. So we're not conscious of it. And the last thing is that you must be it before you see it. We must get into the emotions first before we can have it, instead of waiting. We're all waiting. Oh, once I have it, then, I can feel this way. So let's just get started. And how are you guys doing? I want to make sure that you guys are really getting this, because this is really important, that your actual subconscious right now is forming new neural pathways if this information is new to you. And so I want you guys to close your tabs, put away your social media, put away your phones, because the more you put in listen, in just kind of listening or taking notes, you don't have to take notes, but thanks, Cynthia, the more you get out. I appreciate that. Yeah. And so we manifest with 3 levels of mind: the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious. They're all equally important. They're all equally important. And so you do manifest in the 3 levels of mind, and let me demonstrate this on the board. So I'm going to stop sharing. How's everyone doing? Thanks for sticking with me and really getting the learning so we can get the most out of this, okay? Great. So conscious mind. Can you guys see my board? It says conscious mind. And it starts, this is like our timeline of our timelines. So it starts, this is death, and it starts right here. This is age 0, and it starts at around 7 years old. We become conscious of our identity. We become who we are with the conscious mind. Before that, it's just an unconscious hypnotic state. And thank you. Well, that's why I wrote it in advance. Thanks for the great board handwriting. And so this conscious mind, it discerns, it judges. Is this good? Is this bad? Is this right? Is this wrong? Right? It goes for more quality of life. We choose to manifest with our conscious mind. I want this. And you're consciously aware of it. This is what I want. So it goes for quality. And it's like also our personality. It's who we are. It's like our ego. And it's not a bad thing. Ego, but basically, I think just means hand or eye in Greek. Yeah. So it's our personality. And it actually has a very short memory. It just needs to scan for dangers of the here and now and just kind of be present. Okay. And that's, so, but the most important takeaway from the conscious mind is that it goes for more quality. Okay. Quality. It wants more out of life, more satisfaction, less pain. And the next is the subconscious mind, and it forms in the womb. The subconscious forms in the womb, and it actually mostly formed by the age of 7. It goes, it never forgets. It's a huge memory of all our experiences. It runs all the functions of the body. Like when you woke up this morning, you didn't have to relearn how to walk, did you? Your subconscious mind learned it when you were young, and now it knows. But it communicates to our body via emotions. And it goes, unlike this, it goes for quality. Okay. This goes for quantity. It doesn't care if you're happy or sad or what you want, as long as you have a long life and you are safe. Okay? Quantity. It never forgets. Everything here to here, never forgets, stores it all in the memory bank, especially 0 to 7 years old. And even what's embedded from your ancestors, it never forgets. Its main job, the most important thing, its main job is to keep you safe. Main job. Okay? And let me just share screen a little bit again. How's it going, everyone? Thank you for your hanging in there and learning. And so the subconscious mind is programmed at an early age. It doesn't change. What's locked in is what's locked in from 0 to 7. Its main goal is just to survive it. How does it survive? You must belong to your family, so they take care of you. If you don't belong to your family or your tribe, it won't, you can't take care of yourself when you're a baby. You can't feed yourself. You can't keep yourself warm and safe. So it remembers all those experiences from 0 to 7 of what it learned in your family. How is it in your family to stay safe? So whatever it survived, in order to survive, it must belong to your family, so they take care of you at all costs. And if you don't belong to your family, you may not survive. So this is very important. So whatever you experience from 0 to 7 is survivable, and therefore it's safe. It doesn't matter if it wasn't happy or good experiences. Perhaps it was abuse. Perhaps it was, money troubles. Perhaps it was, unhappy relationships that you witnessed your parents having. That sameness that you survived is considered so much better than any other option. Abuse, scarcity, family patterns, dysfunction, toxic shame, all that, you survived it. So it finds conditions and circumstances that it survived from that timeline, and it tries to just find more of it for the rest of your life. Oh my God, Penny just dropped. I'm so glad. It's true, right? And no matter how painful or limiting it is, you guys, do you see how, I remember seeing this book called Smart Women, Foolish Choices. My sister read it. I'm not sure what was in it, but right? You're like, God, this woman is so smart. Why is she with that guy? Well, because she's repeating a pattern of probably her parents. Same thing. And same with money, same with health. It's just what we set out to do in our entire life. So we manifest with the 3 levels of mind, and we said, but a fun fact, the subconscious actually runs the show, but it does not know if you're pretending to have an experience or actually having it. It doesn't know. You can pretend to feel good, and your subconscious will think, oh, they must be having a good experience. Something good must be happening. You can just not imagine, but just get into the emotion. That's why meditation works. Yeah, thanks, Lana. It repeats the patterns that it survived. So that's the unconscious egoic agenda. We have this, your subconscious decided to keep you safe by just whatever the child from 0 to 7 years old. Literally, everybody's walking around the world with a mindset of a 7-year-old. That's why, like, why do we have wars? Why can't people get along? Because they're 7, right? Today, even 7-year-olds act better. But, we carry that with us. And because there's nothing wrong with us. It's just the subconscious mind is just doing what it's supposed to do. It's just running an outdated program. And so we get these unconscious egoic agendas. They get locked in and they become who we are. And usually we need to prove that we're good enough to our family, and we kind of find out how to do it. Like if we're not worthy enough, we have to prove our worth to this family. Somehow the child learns that he or she might not be worthy, and these people deny their own needs. That's what I did when I started my nonprofit, and just took a very small, salary and just put everyone else first. And it was so easy to raise money for the dogs, but not me, because I was never worthy of it. Or, I was not good enough. I had to prove that I need to achieve some external success. Do you know those people who just have another another certificate on their wall and another degree and another degree? That's because they have an identity that's not good enough. No matter how many certificates they'll have, no matter how many more lessons and courses they'll go through, they have an identity locked in that they're not good enough. So they'll never feel good enough, even if they just keep going for more PhDs and more doctorates or more trophies, right? Because, they had something happen, and it's not necessarily bad or good. It's from the mindset of a child. The child decided that I must, be good enough for mom and dad to love me. It's not necessarily real. It's just what the child deciphered. Or I don't belong. I might not be accepted or not belong enough. So this must never be rejected. Who's super afraid of rejection and just wants to make sure that they have friends and that no one leaves them, right? Always searching for love, right? And then I'm not perfect enough, always restarting. Oh, I'll rewrite the book. I'll rewrite the book. I'll rewrite the book. I'll never publish. I'll reshoot that video. But I'll never publish, because somehow they seek for perfection, for approval, because maybe they were never perfect enough in their parents' eyes, or at least they didn't think so. Or, I'm not capable. I don't have the resources. I never have enough resources to get started. I never have so these people need permission from others, or they don't have enough significance. They drive really flashy cars, or they mousy and like to blend into the woodwork. It's like we get these identities locked in from the learnings in our own family, not necessarily what we were taught, but what we made up from our experiences as a young child. And getting back to this slide where, people are manifesting wrong. And so we said we're manifesting with our subconscious and conscious, and they have different agendas. You see, one goes for quality, one goes for quantity. Another one is we're always manifesting with our focus. And this is very important because there's no on-off switch, and your focus is your attraction point. So you're manifesting right now, and your brain is able to filter out distractions away from your focus. And so you'll always continue to bring similar experiences in your life. The trouble is that most of us are not aware of that focus, right? And that's why we end up reacting to life instead of creating it. You're either manifesting what you want or manifesting what you don't want, which brings us back to the board. Let me show you this on the board is that, here we go. We live in this current reality right here. This CR stands for current reality. And this is the here and now. And we have, what do we want to manifest in the new year? What do we want? This is what we desire. It could be our dream house. I hope your dream house doesn't look like that, but it could be a dream house. It could be, you know, this is my version of a bikini. It could be a better body. It could be financial abundance. It could be relationship, or it could be, you know, love or health, right? It could be any of those, ideal body, a business maybe. And we think that once we have it, life will be so much better, right? That's a part of the conditioning of the world. The whole world is like, once you have it, all of the above, please. Okay, you got it. And we think that once we have it, life will be so much better. The business, or, you know, the future will be better than the now. Isn't that our belief? Do you guys believe that? That the desired reality will be better than the now? That's just how we're programmed. And if I had this, life will be so much better. And this has been marketed to us for so long, like TV commercials, family, teachers, politicians. You know, the politician says, if I'm in charge, all the world's problems will be solved, right? Or if you took this pill, you know, you'll be healed and life will be so much better. If you get a degree and get a good job, then you'll be happy. Or you get in that luxury car, everything will change for you. You'll find love, you know, or if you look this way or that way, right? And you know who else makes you think that once you had this, life will be better? Is the personal development world. If you read this book, if you go to this seminar, if you go to this, if you go to this doctor, if you go to this guru, and fix yourself first, work on all that's wrong with you, life will be better. Yay, isn't that right? So since focus creates reality, that's kind of a premise of the law of attraction. Your focus is an attraction point, right? Do you see where your focus goes when you do that? Do you see, remember we talked about all the not enough identities that were encoded in when you were young in the subconscious mind, and we all have one or more of those 6. There's actually more than 6, but those are just the basics. But do you see this not enough? So where's the focus? Where's the focus? Right? It's actually not on this. It's actually on now isn't good enough. It's like a silent focus of now isn't enough. So we want to get away from it. Oh, I wish this wasn't happening. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I wasn't in this house. I wish I wasn't in this life. I wish I wasn't in this job. I wish I wasn't in this body. I wish I wasn't in this relationship. We resist the now. Who's heard of what you resist persists? Anyone? Ever try to ride a bike and you see like a pothole and you're like trying so hard to avoid it with your focus? And what happens? You steer right towards it. Anybody? You know, I've done that. I got a scar from that. So the truth is that your focus that the now isn't good enough and that over here will be better is actually coded into the subconscious. Most of us have had it, that you're not, and that you're not enough, right? And that something else over here will be better. So you will be different. Or is that true? Will you really be different once you have this? If you had your desired reality, it would mean that you were enough, right? Wouldn't it mean that you are enough to have it, that you're good enough, that you're deserving? You've overcome all your challenges and all the not enough so you can have this? Is that true? Think about something you really, really, really want. What do you want? What do you want to manifest in the new year? And when you think about the you that has it, are you the same as you are now? Or do you feel different? Do you feel like it would mean that I must deserve it? I must not be an imposter anymore of those people that have that. I must be with the in crowd. But actually what's locked in the mind as safe, right? The subconscious runs the show. So if you try and have this, you think that the future will be better than the now. You're saying now is not good enough. Your focus creates your reality. And what is going on? The subconscious says, wait, you want this? Wait. Anything outside that's not familiar is not survivable. It means life and death to the identity that's locked in, because it might, unfamiliar means unsafe. The beautiful house, the wonderful, loving relationship, the perfect body, the perfect health. If that's not locked in from 0 to 7 years old, and you had to learn how to survive, even if you had the best childhood and the most abundance, somehow the child figured out that it wasn't enough or something like that, right? Guess what? That's simply not going to happen. Your subconscious won't let you have it. So what will it do? How is this landing, everyone? Everybody, does this make sense to you guys? This is what it will look like. You take the action because obviously, you know, you want something, you need to take an action. You want a bigger house, you know, maybe you have to invest more money. Maybe you have to get another job. Maybe you have to go on a diet or go to the gym or do some regiment, right? Maybe you have to join a dating site. Maybe you have to go to, you know, start some new health regimen, and you take an action, but your subconscious feels tension, like feeling tension as it goes over here, because it's starting to get unfamiliar and therefore scary and unsafe. And it sends out emotions. That's how it talks to you, by emotions. It might say, oh, that's scary. Don't go there. Oh, who do you think you are? You can't have that. It might say, you know, what if you fail, right? Or it creates distractions. You can't have that. So it puts up these things that seem so real, but they're tricks. They're not real. They're just your subconscious not wanting this because it doesn't think it's safe. So distractions that someone else needs you seems more important, and that you'll stop whatever it is you're doing and then go back to take care of it, right? Or perhaps you lose your nerve and realize, hey, I didn't want it anyway. That wasn't for me. Or perhaps you found something over here, you know, that's less than really what you want. You settle. Oh, this is easier to do because, you know, requires love. So you limit yourself and just kind of just end up a little bit over here. So do you see how you're setting yourself up not to have it? And these reasons seem perfectly legitimate, right? It's like this rubber band. Just sheer. Do you see this rubber band here? So if this is your current reality and desired reality, this is a tension. Okay, and the desired reality, you want it. So, you know, you want it, you want to go over here because if you focus on it, it's pulling you to take action. But what you don't realize is happening is as you're taking action, this is stronger than this because your subconscious runs the show. So it's not, it's like you oscillate. You go back and then you lose it. Even if you have this, you can have it for weeks, months, or years. Like lottery winners, why do they lose 75%, lose their money? And most of them are like worse off than when they started. Same with like football players or rock stars, right? Like they can't deal with the fame. It's unfamiliar. They don't know. So they end up coming back. Tech can be tricky. That's hi, Mona. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Tech. I thought my tech. Yeah, we don't want to give power to tech. So do you see you end up over here and find yourself in the same situation? You got the relationship, but it's the same abusive narcissist. You got the new job and it's still, the boss is still an asshole. It's not enough money, or it's still more hours, right? You lost the weight and you gained it back, or you had another health challenge. You got healthy, but now you have a new problem. And so you just get back here, and then what do? You try and resolve yourself again. Oh, let's go to another therapist. Let's go to another course. Let's just, and the cycle repeats forever. Let's read another book. Let's do another meditation. Let's do another, self-help, talk to another guru, psychic, and all that. We just give the power away outside of us, but it's really that we're not enough, right? And so, it's just a structure, okay? All it is a structure, you guys. And what that is we can either be in a problem-based structure or a creative-based structure. Manifesting structure is just focusing on what you love, right? You're always in one or the other structure. Structure is, two or more parts working together. We're always a part of a manifestation structure. So there's the problem, where your focus is on problem or creating what you want, manifesting. So you choose the structure with your focus, but structure seeks resolution like the rubber band, and you're always going to get more of what you focus on, right? And so this structure cannot resolve itself. So let's recap this manifestation structure real quick. And so here we go. The current reality, you have a desired reality, you take action, but you have this psychological tension. We call it wounding by individuation. It's a Carl Jung term. And you go for what you want, but you sabotage it because this is stronger. So this is what ends up happening. Action to resolve your tension. It's too scary and intense over here. And all the reasons of why you can't have it. Oh, I didn't, blah, blah, blah. And so you just come back here where it's familiar and what? Safe. That's it. Familiar and safe. But it's not, success isn't personal. Don't you think it's you? It's not you. It's just your structure. Because all your aspects are working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you, except for, everyone telling you that there's something wrong with you that you need to resolve. There's nothing wrong with you. Your subconscious is working perfectly with, positive agenda to keep you safe. It's just outdated. So it's just your structure, okay? Never think that it's actually something wrong with you. So getting back to the third point, we must be it before we see it. We must get into the emotion first. You must match that vibration first and not wait. So in order to have this, you have to align with the emotions. The emotion that you think everything will be better over there, guess what? You have to get into the emotion of it here and now. Right? That's what you must be it before you see it. So if you think over there will be better, and I ask you right now, if you imagine being in your desired reality, like it's already true, like if you just pretend for a minute that whatever it is you want to manifest in the new year, okay, you have to take action, and the universe will meet you halfway because you're sending out, with your focus, hey, I'm taking the action, going towards it. How would you feel if you had it? I want you to get familiar, because remember, the subconscious doesn't know if you're just feeling it or experiencing it in real life. So how would you feel if you had it? And I want you to visit that, whatever it is you want to manifest. This is very important. A part of manifestation, you have to know the emotions. And at the beginning, they might be unfamiliar, because how many of us have not been able to dream? I know I haven't. Why would I spend all this time dreaming and then lose it anyway, or not even, why waste my time? But it's actually not true. You can create it if you first start getting into the emotions of what you want, not what you don't want, not like, oh, I don't want to be stressed anymore. That's focus on not enough. So notice the difference. This is very important. Most of us are doing it wrong. We're saying, I want to get away from the now. So the best way to describe how to get into the emotions of your end result is if you just snap your fingers and go like you already have it. It doesn't matter how. Forget the how. Doesn't matter. If you already have it, how would you feel? If you overcome everything and it's already done, and just go to that place. Then you can teach your body the correct emotions. So let me ask you, the emotions that you would have over here, are you feeling them now? I'd love some comments. Are you feeling them now? The emotions of whatever it is you want, the biggest thing, what you truly want to manifest in the next year. Do you have them now? You have the emotions in the current reality. You have them. Did you have them before I asked you? Great job if you did. Did you have them before? Or did you show up in a different feeling somewhere? Most of us show up in a different feeling. It's a work in progress. That's really true. Yes, it is a work in progress, but it gets easier. It gets so much easier. I'll teach you. And so if you show up and you're like, the desired reality feels different than the current reality, which is how most of us go about life thinking that it'll be better. So, you're just reinforcing to the subconscious that you're not it now, by not feeling it now. And so what happens is you are reinforcing that you're not it, and these two vibrations don't match. And, by being it to see it, we must feel the same as you think you'll feel over there. And if you want to feel abundant over here, I don't mean feel abundant, like go to the dealership and buy yourself a Lamborghini or, but I mean, if you think you'll feel abundant when you order a $200 bottle of wine and you can't feel abundant with an avocado sandwich and a kombucha on a picnic or a latte at Starbucks, you will never feel abundant. And that's the truth. So, isn't it true that there are people sitting in mansions that are happy and people that are sitting in mansions that are sad, or people that have plenty of money that feel broke, or people that have less money and feel abundant? So choose to feel the confidence in your body that you think you'll have over there. Otherwise, you'll get over here and you'll still have body issues. Does that make sense? It's your emotions that you are already enough. So maybe you're thinking, well, Galit, how can I feel this when my life is so hard and my circumstances and my health is failing and I'm broke and my partner left me and have all these bills to pay? And how can I feel abundant and healthy right now? And that's legit. And I hear you. The truth is that it's just your belief that you're not abundant. Look at all that you have. You have this device to watch this, your phone, to view the webinar. You have, so much more than your grandparents. And we take so much for granted. Like we look at our kids and look at all they have. And we're like, we didn't have that growing up, right? And so do you see, it's just a mindset. We look at them and they're like, oh, they're complaining, but we're doing the same thing. We have so much working inside our body right now. We do have so much health. Even we have a diagnosis, maybe we're not the weight, but chances are that it's just the part that's not working the way we want it is so small, yet we give it all our focus, don't we? The rest of you is working fine, yet we focus on that thing and give it all our power. Focus creates reality. What will we get more of? So I understand that it's hard when you're riddled in worry and stress, because that was me. It was chronic, right? And this is why the system is so effective. I promise you that you can be like this, coming from stress and overwhelm like I was, and feel like the world is crushing down on you and coming out on top, because underneath all of you the truth is that you're superconscious. You are superconscious. So this is how the superconscious journey is getting excited. Exciting. So share screen. Here we go. And so the superconscious journey, this is just half of it, is we all start, guess what? You're all a spirit in a human body, or energy in a human body. If you don't believe in spirit, whatever, you're energy in a human body. And if you believe in the law of attraction, you know that you are source. You're a part of source. You're not so. You're a part of source. You're the all. You're a drop in the ocean, and you're the ocean. Now, when you're born, you know, the spirit enters the body. The energy source enters the body, and it's now in this human density in the world. And we forgot when we're born. See, we remember here who we are, and then we're born into the world, and we forget that we're a spirit in a human body. We just start figuring out this world around us and how to survive, right? How to belong to our family more, how to be a good boy or girl, how to get mom and dad's approval, right? And this becomes who we are, right? Our ego, we become that, and then we work on trying to repeat the patterns, and that focus becomes our reality, and it's an endless loop, isn't it? Right? This is just what ends up happening until the awakening, where you forgot that you're a spirit in a human body having a life experience. And remember, you are truly a pure creative spirit, and you know, the energy, and you're here for expansion and to just have a human experience. We're all walking around trying to be spiritual, when in fact, we're already spirit. So instead of trying to be spiritual, just remember you already are, but you chose to be human. You chose a human experience. So what would you like to experience? You know, if you're truly a pure creative spirit, you're in a human body. If, you know, what do you want? What do you want to have? You're here to create. And you know, when you aren't this mindset, you're giving your power to external forces. Your power is either in you or outside of you, meaning that you're either giving your power to your circumstances or creating a life that you love, to expand your consciousness, because that's why you came. And, you know, we're harboring all that outdated subconscious programming instead. And so that's why, you know, we're able to just come back to that source and then change everything and just feel that lighter in every area of life instead of just searching. And the big problem is that we're trying to be over here fixing ourselves and teaching our subconscious that we're broken and unable to have what we want, instead of just being who we are. So do you understand why I said that we're manifesting wrong? The law of attraction is not complete truth. And because of these, you know, we're manifesting with both our minds, with all our minds, and we're always manifesting, and we are in the wrong emotions most of the time. And that's why we keep getting stuck in that endless loop. Okay, so hey, there's a different way, a shortcut, a superconscious shift through the superconscious, because it's a shortcut and completely different. You're in a different density level, right? First of all, you live in a right structure when creating amazing results. You have success without struggle. Imagine, you know, life and problem solving. It feels like you're just dredging through peanut butter. This is what we've all been used to, us, our parents, our grandparents. It's like, you know, but if you shifted into your higher level of mind, higher conscious mind, the superconscious, which we'll talk about, you don't have to be psychic, or you don't have to take any mind-altering substances. You don't have to meditate for hours or go to gurus. You just have to allow yourself to receive the information through your higher self, because you're already spirit. You just have to set your intention to receive from your superconscious. And this is where this work comes in. And I help you. Hey, the carrot system, this is how it works. It's so simple. It sounds like this big mystery, but it's really easy to shift your life and create it. And so let me just share and explain a little bit about Superconscious. Superconscious, it's your third level of mind. And going back to conscious mind, 0 to 7, subconscious, or subconscious starts at 7, subconscious 0 to 7, and superconscious has always been with you. So before all your lifetimes, it's more you than this is just your lifetime. You know, this is just your lifetime. But superconscious is always there. It's your higher mind. It's above mind. It's just the more you and always present, okay? And when we work, we don't go through these two levels, which are too dense. So we give instructions through your superconscious, and you're so superconscious that you just have to set the intention to receive the information that we give you in a process called Rapid Recode. And I'll explain it in a minute. I'll explain it now. Why not? So this is you. This is me. We all have this energy field around us. It's called a morphogenic field. It's a field of energy around all living things. Quantum science here for you. And, you know, around you, there's even your family field that you're all connected to. And beyond that, you know, there's another field of humanity. And we all connect above mind through superconscious, through this field. It's collective consciousness. And we just connect through that. And how do you connect to it? You just choose to. Remember your spirit. Okay, so it's just, this is just how we shift and start releasing the not enoughness. Because it takes a lot longer to do it from down here. We release the not enoughness to allow you to really step into who you really are underneath all those layers and layers that have been, you know, piled upon you trying to survive in that outdated reptilian system. When you just want to have something, you don't have to suffer. That's old, okay? It's no longer, you know, the universe has shifted. You don't have to suffer anymore to have what you want. It's not true. And so it's basically this. You choose a true choice. And I teach you how to choose a true choice, because a lot of times you can accidentally choose the process or what you don't want, or for someone else, and so I work with you on that in the program. And you align with the emotions of how it would feel. And then you release and recode. It's like a 20-minute process. I just talk to your superconscious. You just close your eyes and sit there. That's it. You don't have to go into trance. There's nothing to do except for receive it. And then you take an action. You start taking action. Because action is the highest form of communication. And then transformation where's my slide? Transformation becomes inevitable. I lost my slide. Hold on. Here we go. And that's inevitable. And then you start creating life on your terms. And this is what all that happens is really all you need to do is show up. Once you start just using the system and rinse and repeat, your life will change. It seems too easy. But it is that easy. It's that easy. You have to show up minimum once a week in the beginning, and then you'll start seeing some major shifts. So how the recode works, again, we're teaching your consciousness how to recode the connection it has. And by letting someone else guide you like me and give commands of what you need to shift, I do it intuitively. And you know, returns you to your wholeness, letting go of the not enough emotions and all those limiting beliefs that aren't true, because you're a pure creative spirit. And then you remember that you can have it all. And so here we go. We awaken and remember who we truly are. And we start releasing the resistance. And now we have a new attraction point, a new focus point, that anything is possible. And guess what you get more of? You used to be over here, focus of I can't, I'm not enough. Now you're like, I am enough. I'm in self-love. I can create. I can have abundance. I can have it all. And wow, look, this works. And you remember, like, I am spirit in a human body and I just create, right? You get out of this lower physical dimension. I mean, you're still you, a human in I'm still me. Here I am. You still feel like a human, but gosh, without the not enoughness, it's so much better to live over here out of the not enoughness. So I just help you get there quicker. You can do it on your own. You can do all kinds of programs or whatever. You can do it on your own. You can meditate and form new habits, and that'll help you form new neural pathways. It's true. I just do it quicker. It's not true that you have to suffer, like I said, and that's the old paradigm. It's no longer in style, right? So how to recode your brain in an instant? Just like I showed you, the morphogenic field and 3 levels of consciousness. You have 3 memories, as we talked about, your conscious, superconscious, and subconscious. And our memories instruct what we get down here in our lifetime. Okay? You create it all. You create it all. But is it true that, we co-create, don't we? We co-create. You create your experience, meaning you are fully in charge of your reaction. You're fully in charge. There's other people creating around us, your neighbor, your partner, your children, everyone's here creating. But are you, but do you see all these people where everything happens to them versus creating, manifesting, going for it? And so here's what it looks like. It's a reconsolidation moment where we form new neural pathways. And this is the reconsolidation moment is when the brain forms new learnings. Even just sitting here and learning all this, if this is new to you, or if you're hearing it again, you're forming new neural pathways. You see, these are starting to make connections all over. See, look at these. This is going to connect now, new learnings. And it's so much easier to take the shortcut and form these grooves of what you want. Isn't that fun? So that's the reconsolidation moment. And that's what we do in a recode, basically. We call it a rapid recode. So let's do a recode experience using that system, as we said. And how we do it is first, and by the way, this is super safe because it's your superconscious that does it. It's your highest self. It only shifts what needs to be shifted gently, and if not all at once. You don't want to walk out of here a completely different person. That would not be comfortable or familiar. As much as we say we want change, like it would feel like someone would pull the rug from under you. So we don't. It's just so gentle, and it just does what it needs to do at the right time. And that's why we just show up once a week and just keep shifting and shifting a little, what needs to be shifted at the time. So let's do it. You first choose a true choice. And guys, if you're not familiar with this work and you don't know how to choose a true choice yet, I want to help you choose. And today we're going to take back our power. We're going to be the predominant creator of our lives. And that is the choice for today. And you see the difference between being the predominant creator of your life versus not. You can react to your circumstances, or you can just make a choice and go for what you want. You can give the power to wait for permission, or does that make sense, everyone? I choose to be the predominant creator of your life, of my life. It's like I'm the captain of my ship. I like this analogy. The ship is superconscious. The conscious mind is the captain, and the subconscious is the crew. So the captain says, I want to go to, the Cayman Islands. And at 0600 hours, we're going to all get up and, get ready to set sail. And the crew's like, no, we just want to sleep in and we just want to stay here. We don't know what it's like in the Cayman Islands. It might not be safe. We've never been there. And then the ship is just taking instructions. Well, just tell me where to go. You want to go to the Cayman Islands? You want to stay here? You want to go? You want to stay? And that's all it's doing. It's just taking instructions. So we just want to be the captain of ourselves, the crew, and the ship. That's the predominant creator. Does that make sense? Aligning all your conscious, subconscious, and superconscious to all want the same thing. You're in charge. Okay? How does that feel? I choose to be the predominant creator of my life. And I want you to say it out loud, say it to yourself, write it down. And the next thing is, thanks, Donna. And the next thing we want to do is close our eyes and align with the emotions. So we just chose first step, done. Second step, align with the emotions. Let's teach the subconscious how that feels. The more we get in that feeling, the more we teach the subconscious, hey, that's safe. It's safe to be the predominant creator. I'm enough. I know what I want. It's safe. So the more we feel the end result of choosing the predominant creator of our life, the more we teach our subconscious it's safe. Let's do it. Everyone close your eyes for 30 seconds and just feel it. Breathe. Just breathe the day off for a second. Let the day go. And then just breathe into your heart and just know that, remember, I'm the creator. I'm a conscious creator. I'm the predominant creator of my life. And if you were the predominant creator of your life, what would you have? How would it be like? How would it feel to just go in confidence? To just be in charge of you. Put a smile on your face and go, I choose to feel good. I don't give the power to my diagnosis or what this guy says or that guy said or what my neighbor said or what my bank account says. I don't give the power to that. I'm in charge and of my emotions, of my choices. Feel that. Put a smile on your face. Feel the confidence you have by creating what you love. Now I want to ask you, how does that feel? Can anyone describe it in the chat box, please? And I appreciate your participation. It only helps you. Lots of smiles and high fives here. Love that. Okay. Anyone else? Keep going. Keep sharing. How would it feel? How does it feel going into that? Does it feel different than the now? Feels like freedom. Nice. Thanks for that. That's true. It does feel like freedom because you are free to choose. Yeah. Good one. Let's keep going. I felt my heart was full. Ended up grinning and goofy schoolgirl. That's right. Because you can. Amazing, feeling blessed, feels solid, feels peaceful. Very good. Thank you. Thanks for your shares. As many as you want to bring in, go for it. And now I want you to notice, compared to where we just were, what's it like right now? This is very important to understand. Compared to that, what is it like right now? Compared to where you just were. Thank you. Paula says confident, peaceful. Yeah. And so you were just here in your mind and now it's good. What is it like? Yeah, but you've been doing the work. What's it like? I want to hear from someone who's not familiar with this work too much. Compared to just where we just were, how's it been? How's it been? And I love you guys sharing that have done it. That's right. That's right, Donna. Yeah, the world outside doesn't take the power, even if it's uncertain. We choose how we're going to be, no matter what goes on outside in the world right now. You started overwhelmed, feeling like a chicken with their head cut off, but currently feeling more assured. And you did that. I didn't even do the process yet. Do you see how powerful you are? But yeah, more assured. So now cross and frustrated. Yeah, so we have the now is different. And it's okay to acknowledge that just when we go about the world first, it's like we're in a different mindset. We're not really being it, right? But I just took you there for a few seconds so you know what it's like to be it, because we're already sending instructions to superconscious what our choice is. Now we get to release and recode resistance, okay? And we're going to do the process, and it's like a river, okay? Because it's very nice to use metaphors, because when your subconscious mind was starting to get coded, it was pre-verbal. And so images and metaphors work really well for the subconscious. And let's say we're here at the beginning of the river, at the top of the river, and being the predominant creative force in my life is at the bottom of the river, but these boulders have appeared to restrict our flow. And we're having, in our everyday life, there's always something that's getting in our way of just having it, whatever it is we want. In this case, predominant creative force, being the creator and claiming back our power, our innate birthright. And so these boulders represents like the old, beliefs, the subconscious blocks, the learnings, the I'm not enoughness, all that stuff. And in the recode, which I just give instructions to your superconscious, you just close your eyes and you listen, and you don't do much. You don't have to do anything. You just listen. And I start dissolving them, and they just change structure. Instead of being a stuck structure, they just dissolve to the bottom of the river and become a flowing structure. So you could just focus on your end result and just flow right to it. That's really what it is. But everybody has a number that they can scale, like compared to the end result we just felt in everyday life. How would you rate your level of resistance? What these boulders, where is it? What we call these boulders are resistance. Are your boulders really big that you can't access it? Or are they really small? Or are there no boulders? So only scale 0 is no boulders. 10 is like these boulders I can't pass through. They're too big. Whatever it is, just your own measurement. I'd like for you can type in the chat and tell me your measurement, please. And while you're doing that, we're going to do a recode. So if you don't mind, so 10 is the most resistance. 0 is no resistance. If you don't mind, we're going to do the process. And for that, I'm just, my up and down desk has not arrived yet. And I have to put it together. Yeah, I see a lot of high resistance. So while you're typing in, I'm going to just lower this and sit down because I don't want to fall over. Ta-da! I almost spilled my water. Thank you for all your numbers. Wonderful. I really appreciate some of you have entered numbers. I see a lot of you have not. Am I muted? Okay. Some of you have put in your numbers, and if you haven't typed it in, that's okay. Just make sure that you kind of measure. And so how it works is you're going to just say, I give Galit permission to access my superconscious. Is it really that easy? Yeah, why do we make it so complicated? It really is that easy. You close your eyes for 20 minutes. I give instructions to your superconscious. I talk to it like a person, like, hey, you see that event that caused trauma? Can you treat that? Do you see all the ancestors that passed down all this, trauma from their wars and their, because ancestors, it's been measured 7 generations deep to impact you. Do you see like this past life wound that this person's still carrying? And it works in groups. It works great in groups. And so when all you need to do, I give Galit permission to access my superconscious. You're going to listen passively for 20 minutes. And I'll just talk to it like a person. How do you feel when it happens? Sometimes you feel nothing. It depends on your sense. The more you do it, the more you feel. Honestly, the first time you might feel less than others that have done it more, but it feels, sometimes we yawn, we shift energies. Sometimes we might feel like tingling in our fingers. Sometimes some old memories just pass by and you're like, why did I think of that from junior high? I don't know. And things like that. So there's nothing to it. It's pretty gentle and easy. And so you get shivers. Cool. Yeah, I feel like my chakras. I usually feel my chakras. And I also clear chakras, and we do all this work on the body, just balance the body and balance you. And when we're done, you'll feel clear, more peaceful, more centered, more joy. And hey, you'll feel more empowered. That's the truth. That's because that's what you're choosing. And this is how we manifest. I choose. This is in the way. Now, I want to ask you, what is in the way? Why can't you just be the predominant creative force in your life? Do you guys know? Is it society? Is it your family? Is it your upbringing? Is it judgment? Are you judging yourself? Are you not trusting yourself enough? I want you to ask yourself. This is a part of it too. I want you to acknowledge what's in your way. Why can't you just have it? So think about that. This is actually quite important. The whole step I skipped. Pardon me. But yeah, you just think about, well, where's my power now? If it's not within me, if I'm not the predominant creative force in my life, where have I put it? Is it with my partner who said something to me? Is it with my boss who got mad? Is it like, oh, the government? Or is it, where's the power? What are you focusing on? That'll tell you where your power is. Is it that you don't have enough? That will tell you. Your focus will tell you where your power is. All right. So acknowledge that, please. The more you acknowledge, the better results. So when we choose to be the predominant creative force for ourselves, I want you to choose it for everyone here and in replay, because the replays work. So close your eyes, give me permission. We're going to do it now. Just sit comfortably. Don't be driving. Sit comfortably and give me permission. So let's connect. Superconscious. I'm just going to close my eyes too, and I'm going to give you instructions. And you just sit and close your eyes and listen passively. And expect nothing and feel everything. Superconscious, please. Do you see the end result? Everyone here and in replay is connected. Yes? Good. And Superconscious, do you see this choice? I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life for everyone here and in replay. Good. And do you see all the resistances that come up, bringing them all up in the active experience, like that river, all those boulders? Do you see all those boulders? Let's bring them all up so we can see them for clearing. And we're going to clear as much as possible for the highest good for you today. And just choose to clear the most as much as possible. Superconscious, do you see that, and create a treatment plan and treat all the priorities from all timelines. And please do a massive change history and everything that's needed. Thank you. And now I can feel a lot of energy moving in the field, in the morphogenic field. And your superconscious is just going in and treating what needs to be treated. Good. And Superconscious, do you see more to treat? And do you see, I want to treat any secondary intentions, please. Thank you. And the broken agreements, please. Including fear of broken agreements, please treat to a massive change history on those. You see agreements that don't belong to us, please treat. More secondary intentions, please treat. Thank you. And the emotions. I want to treat any emotions of fear and lack, and that it's not safe to be the predominant creative force of my life, to take my power back. Fear of judgment, self-judgment. Do a massive change history for all fear-based emotions, please. Restoring back your innate birthright power. Thank you. Superconscious, treat all those suppressed emotions. Thank you. From all the timelines. Please also treat any kind of guilt and shame, resentment, anger, triggered emotions, and do a massive change history on all those, please. Thank you. Feel a lot of things shifting and releasing. And please treat any grief. Thank you. If it's ready to be released. And any stuck emotions. Thank you. Superconscious, please treat any, I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough, not worthy enough, not capable enough, not perfect enough, not safe enough, don't belong enough, not significant. All the I'm not enoughs, and treat as needed. You are enough, everything. Please continue treating those broken agreements. Thank you. And more secondary intentions. Thank you. Please treat beliefs and rules of self, others, and the world. Beliefs that it has to be difficult, that it's hard, that it's for others and not me. Thank you. Do you see where we've given the power to money and others and circumstances? Please treat that, please. Thank you. Please treat the preconditions on the choice of being the predominant creative force, and treat definitions of self, others, and the world. Thank you. Do you see all our part personalities and resistance of being the overthinker, the protector controller, and the self-doubter, the victim, the people pleaser? All the part personalities, the inner child. Do a massive change history for all the parts and subparts. Thank you. Superconscious, you see there's an original event. It could be in a different timeline for everyone. Treat that original event that's causing resistance or that started it all, where the decision was made that I can't be the predominant creative force or causing resistance. Thank you. Please treat the event that caused a trigger that's not aligned and release it for the highest good. Thank you. Superconscious, do you see the other events, all events from all timelines? You see them. Tagging and treating in the perfect order and way, whether it's past lives, between lives, other, other worlds, other intergalactic timelines, any timeline, here on Earth timelines. Do a massive change history in the perfect order and way. Thank you. And Superconscious, still treating all the events. Continuing to treat events, diminishing those boulders with ease that are causing resistance that we've been holding on to, that are no longer serving us from creating what we love, from coming into our true power and creating what we love, knowing it is safe, remembering that we are true creative spirits in a human body. Superconscious, do you see all the family history that we've been carrying that does not align with our highest good and this choice? Can you create a treatment plan in the perfect order and way from all ancestors, all timelines, all family structures, DNA, all family alliances and rules and entanglements? Create the perfect treatment plan here. Thank you. Superconscious, there are some ancestors that are not in agreement with the end result, trying to keep us safe. Is it for the highest good to treat? And do they understand? And let's retreat that. Thank you. And all the body systems. I want to treat all the energy system, the auric field, the meridians, all the meridian lines, starting with the lower meridians. Clear all blocked channels, please, and points. Continue with the upper meridians, and then treat all body systems that are associated. Restoring balance and harmony to all levels of body, mind body, emotional body, energy body as needed. Thank you. Treating the chakras. Treat the heart chakra and the heart center, please, front and back. Do as needed. Thank you. Treating the throat chakra in the same manner, please. Clear and restore it and balance. Thank you. Superconscious, please apply a resonance that's aligned with the end result to assist with this treatment, please. Thank you. treat with a frequency as well. Thank you. Treat all the definitions, please. Thank you. And I want everyone to feel back into, with your eyes closed, feel back into the choice of, I choose to be the predominant creator of my life. Choose it with your heart, step into it more and more in alignment again with the choice. Superconscious, do you see our own alignment with this choice and resistance to it? Let's treat any resistance to being aligned, being allowed to have it, being able to have it now, treating any beliefs about circumstances of why I can't have it, fear of my own power, fear of success. Treat any resistance to being aligned and do a massive change history as needed. Thank you. And repeat the entire process on all the priorities now. Thank you. And coming back to the predominant creative force feeling, fully choose it with all your heart. I choose it. I can have it. It's easy. It is my birthright. Restoring the positive emotions, the confidence, aligning with it with ease. And when you're ready, please, Superconscious, ground and anchor this new identity back into the matrix of the universe, including everything we've treated here today, all memories, timelines, emotions. Do you see any more resistance? Detoxifying any resistance, forgiving, transforming us into this new identity with ease. Ground it all back when done. Thank you. And so we are just taking some breaths here. You can continue closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths, allowing the treatment to ground the energies, to process and realign themselves. And when you're ready, you can come back and open your eyes. And I want you to notice if there's a new feeling, a new number that you might have. It's still processing a little bit. It might take a minute. And when you come back to, I want you to take some breaths, maybe have a drink. And let me know how that feels for you. You were at your first number and you have a new number. Remember your first number of, I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. And now, as I come back to, what happened? What do I feel? Is it any closer? Is it easier to be the predominant creator of my life, to take back charge of me? And really breathe in the new me that I have chosen to create, and that the superconscious just allowed me to, and reminded me that I am this. It let go of all that I was holding on to that really had nothing to do with this choice. It was just the old programming that didn't allow me. Lana, you're a 10 to 3. That is awesome. Good job. Love that. Hey, how's it going, you guys? So cool, right? 10 to 7, Paolo. Is this your first one? That's awesome too. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. In the beginning, it might be a little bit less Becca, you're at 0. Where did you start? What was your first number? I love that. Congrats. 3, that's good. And I know you've been doing this for a few months, right? So you're at 3 to 0. Do you see the difference? When you start out, it could be a lot, or when you, yeah, thanks. And how about some more numbers? Type in for me. And I know it's still doing its thing, and it can be doing our thing. Sometimes we need to move our bodies a little bit, and it's a little sometimes it's like we don't open our eyes right away. Jessica, 8 to 3, that is awesome. That's another good one. And they're all good. Even if you chipped a little bit of the boulder, it's a start. The more you chip away, the easier it will be to chip more away. So I would love it if you could continue noticing where you were in the beginning and what it feels like to be the predominant creative force. And if you're not sure, just go back and remember, I choose to be the captain of my ship. I choose to take my power back. Yeah, and that's a choice. It's a hard, it's when we say it's hard, it's our creation. Great. 8 to 3, another 8 to 3. We're doing great. And do you feel that it's still processing? Because I'm getting some slow responses. I feel like you're kind of just coming to. But if you felt a shift and it's your first time, amazing, you shifted. You may not realize it. And I know most people do. Is there anyone that didn't feel a shift? Let me know. If there's anyone that felt nothing, or anyone that just didn't think anything happened, you're okay. You can just say, hey, I didn't feel anything. I assume most of you felt a shift, and maybe some of you yawned, some of you had tears, some of you tingled, in your fingers and your chakras, right? And it's like taking an aspirin. You don't notice that the pain disappeared, but you suddenly realize it's gone. You go about through life tomorrow, the next day, and you just realize, hey, I am more in charge of me. I am more in charge of me. And who's feeling a little more calm, more inner peace, more centered, more connected to your higher self? Can I have some feedback on if anyone's feeling that? Anyone? Would love some feedback in the chat if you can just share your experience and how that was for you, what you felt. I'm still coming down. So full of joy and peace. Love that. Thanks for that share. And you're just typing that into me, by the way. But you can, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, you notice. You notice the shifts, and I'm still coming down from that too. So it's true that you do feel it, and you can do a replay and you feel it even more. And it's pretty amazing. And as I said, there are so many results, results. That was awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And thanks for the shares. Feeling happiness through my core. Love that. And these are just some more testimonials. The replay, when it's finished recording, I'll probably post it in the link of the event. And some of these are just, from a few sessions where people that I'm showing you are, loving how they feel. We don't just release in one session. We stay in alignment with so much in the program to connect to. And so the big 3 focuses is that, we release blocks and traumas and limiting beliefs, the stress, the triggers that we don't want, the unwanted emotions, and then we start living super consciously, creating life instead of reacting it. And that's why I started you with being the predominant creative force. No more reacting to life, more creating it. So I highly recommend, the program for a year, but, you get a free week today, and you can shift a lot in a week. But if you shift, like if in 3 months, it's like an S curve, like an S curve where you have this, this shift here where you just releasing all your traumas. And once you release all these traumas, then you suddenly create. But first you have to let go of the old. You let it go, you let it go, you let it go. And then you start really becoming super conscious, like, wow. And was it you, Lana, that said that you've manifested like the most amazing amount of money? Did I hear that correctly? Donna says, I felt and saw things throughout and ended up sleepy. It's okay if you're sleepy. It's totally normal. But now I feel my energy picking up. Wow, just thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, Lana, feel free to share, because I heard you tell a story. And I think that's a very interesting story. I think you wanted to manifest a swimming pool and you manifested millions of pounds. You said it's not swimming pool on the way. Yes. Yes. Good for you. Good for you. So what I recommend is going through that S curve. And the big mistakes that people make is, hey, no one taught you how to use your true power, how to manifest your power, right? And, you've been living from this problem-based structure, consciousness. You give the power to others, to circumstances. You think a circumstance or an outcome will change you. Once you have it, you'll be all this different person. But the truth is you have to be it now, and you let all those negative emotions own you, trying to overcome yourself. And you've been running this outdated program from a mindset of a 7-year-old. True choice was the pool. Don't worry about the how. Yeah, isn't that amazing? And that is the truth. Thank you for that share. And so it's time to stop reacting to life and start creating it. You become super conscious, focus on what you want, take actions towards it in spite of any negative emotions, and release those negative emotions. And, creators, super conscious creators, they invent. They create new ideas. Everything that you have here that's man-made has been invented, but just pull out of thin air and created by someone. And so much of us are riddled in fear of failure that we just don't take any action. And the people that have created, like the Steve Jobs and the Oprah Winfreys, they weren't focused on trying to resolve all their incompleteness. They showed up incomplete and created. It becomes inevitable. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yes, your end result becomes inevitable and then some. It becomes a side effect. So would you like to utilize this shortcut method to manifest your best life and learn about the online Superconscious coaching? You have a free trial today. This is the most cutting edge revolutionary system I've ever witnessed and experienced and seen others experience. So again, I'm giving you a free trial today. But what the program consists of, I Am Superconscious Transformational Program. It's an online program, weekly group, Superconscious Recode coaching, and then there's bonuses. There's a monthly bonus session. I give three extra. So I show up 2 times a week. So you get 8 plus bonuses. All you have to do is show up once a week, but there's 8 minimum plus an extra 3. So 11 a month. You have all these activated meditations under 20 minutes each, because I don't believe you have to sit and meditate. All we do is you prime your subconscious to feel the emotions so you can accept it once they arise and not think they're unsafe and sabotage it. Okay, that's how it works. And normally, it's this price, but the normal price is this, but today you just get a free trial, and then I will totally discount it. Way more than that. I'll give you a super heavy discount, but there's no strings attached to have the free week. And so this is what it looks like. And I am super conscious, and I can show you what it looks like. Can I share my screen with you and show you what it looks like when you log in? Let me share what it looks like. So once you log in, there's a VIP member area, and here's the links to the Zoom, to the live sessions. You don't have to attend live because, again, the replays work, but you can just access them here. via the replay. Here are all the modules. There's intro lessons to kind of what we went over here. There's, predominant creative force we did today, but there's more core choices. There is core lessons and principles. There's meditations. And look at this replay. There's like 100 hours of, fear of success, family constellation, release, self-sabotage, self-trust. There is so much here. I mean, I can go forever. Money blocks. We have a lens. We have this program that that's like a goal setting for the new year. It's so great because you will manifest your goals a lot faster if you go through that lens program where we see what we want with a wide lens. And when we have an accountability program, this is a part of this program. It's free for you today. And hey, I won't take up too much of your time. I just want to show you just how much you have here. Forgiveness, structure, complete what you start. I mean, it's endless. And here we also have a VIP Facebook page. Wait, let me just log in. Here we go. This is what the page looks like. And every day we have messages that align with this work. And the reason for that is because, you like go through the world and you see all these sayings, but what's funny is that they're misleading, a lot of these sayings. So here are some. It's a very small, exclusive group. We just remember who we are is the power inside or outside of you. So every morning you can wake up to some message, of how you want to live life, okay, to reorientate you. And the replays work. I'm going to put this link for you to grab for free, where you can just join this program for free. I'm going to give you a free week, and I'm going to put this in the chat, and just you can grab it. And and if you're not sure, look, there's just so much. I'm going to you can grab that, and I'm going to share the rest of my screen and tell you all you're going to get. As soon as I find my Zoom, here we go, share screen. So this is what you get, and that's what it looks like. Usually that's the price. Today it's for free, and then if you choose to subscribe, show up at least once this week. If you choose to subscribe, it's $99 a month after that. It's I don't know if that's worth you to get a full training that has everything included: meditation, 12-week planner, morning routine, 90-day specific training. There's live weekly coaching, VIP Facebook group community, meditations that align your subconscious mind, daily quotes and reminders. And it works. Imagine where you could be if you let go of all that not enoughness and just create all that trauma, all the stuff you don't even know is there from your ancestors, from your past lives, all the blocks, all the glass ceilings, all the sabotage. This changes so many lives, and it creates happy people, and it's that ripple effect. Not to mention that Facebook community that you can have. And so I'd like to know just, hey, how committed are you for showing up and having and reaching your best year, manifesting your best year? Are you 100% committed? Are you 75% committed? Are you 50% committed? Check in with yourself and just see, hey, where are you? How committed are you? And what's going, you want to know. You don't have to know what's going on in the subconscious. You don't have to relive the trauma. Did you see how easy it is? Did you have to go and dig up your past? You didn't. And so all you got to do is show up. And if you have excuses, just notice, are they your subconscious blocks trying to get in the way? Maybe if you think, oh, I don't have time, just notice how much time are we sifting through our phones and watching Netflix and all that versus completely changing your life. And is it the fear of change that's preventing you from just taking action, right? And, you know, I started this when I was a single mom on a tiny non-profit salary. And, you know, I just realized that I just kept sabotaging myself, repeating the same patterns. So you get 2 live sessions a week. You get endless replays, as you saw, they do work. And you get downloadable meditations under 20 minutes that prime your subconscious mind. You get the Facebook community. And it works for anybody who wants to live a life of their dreams, people who want to transform health, relationships. You want to grow your spirituality, become more spiritual. Or if you want, you're already in this work and you want to expand, you want to grow your business. You know, you want to manifest something fast. You know, I have clients who are amazing entrepreneurs who've really grown their business. Oh, thanks, Rebecca. I Am Superconscious Works encouraged you to invest in themselves and take the program. Thank you. And Total Abundance, you're so welcome. So you also get a special meditation today that you can download and start doing just by joining the free week. You get the 20 meditations. It's hard to give value to these because they transform your life. And what value, you know, do you give to prime your subconscious to stop pushing away what you want to believe that it's safe? I mean, how do you put a price on that? You get magnetic alignment, you get self-love, inner power, financial abundance meditations. You get to elevate your mood. You just turn on a meditation and you're like smiling the rest of the day. And there's nothing much to do. You just show up and do it. And today only, you can get the downloadable weekly planner of our Lens program so you can manifest your year in the fastest way possible. Goals quadruple in speed, you know. And we have a session once a week that we show up and we recap the week and we hold you accountable for the next week. All you got to do is show up. You don't have to do it, but if you have something you really want, it helps you get there in the quickest way possible. And, you know, the last 12 months, I started this a year ago. I haven't, but, you know, while I've been doing it, I've been working most of the year in the other group. Yet this is kind of the first time I'm starting to really get it out there. But there's 12 months of replays in there, all the recodes, all the information, all the content is already there. And remember, you just need to show up 1 session per week to shift your life. So if you grab your free week, show up once, show up 100 times. It doesn't matter. But imagine what you could do more on top of that. You get the bonus sessions. And again, if you want to continue, if you continue from there, you will get the discounted $99. If you choose, you'll see your life improve in every area. That's a promise. I doubled my income within the first 2 months, and my confidence increased, a lot of my joy. Like, I used to not laugh. And it's funny, my husband loves comedy clubs, and I just kind of sit there and he's like, ha, 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 all over the place. And I'm like, was that funny? And I laugh so much more. It's great. And my leadership at work, when I was running the nonprofit, which I was trying to step down from it for so long, I couldn't because I kept thinking now wasn't enough and pushing it away. And so, and my health improved. I feel younger. I look younger. You know, I receive messages from people all the time saying how much better they feel. And so get started today, you know, and you'll get a recode for joy and happiness if you start today. I Am Superconscious program. It's free when you take action today. Does anybody want the link again? And the session you just did, you know, what we did, you'll get the replay of that. So I don't know what it's worth for you. Even if you shifted a little bit, imagine your stress just from one session, right? You know, like, you know, if you just, what if you shifted 1%, 10%, you know, like this is 0. And what if you just started shifting 1%, 2%, you know, imagine at first it's like nothing, but imagine over time, I know, you know, how that exponential effect can grow in your life, like 3 years, 5 years. What would be different if you took action compared to what if you didn't? So again, free, I'll put the link into again for you. And if you have any questions, you guys are welcome to ask. We're right up at the time limit, you know, so I appreciate everyone's time, but I'm here if anyone has any further questions, and I so appreciate you coming here, staying with me, going through the process, noticing the difference of when you arrived here and when you, and the now. Go out, go through your day and notice what's different in your life. Thank you very much. Thanks for saying goodbye. Thanks for typing in. Thanks for giving me your time. That was a great experience. It was great to have you. Thank you, Lana. Great to have you. And thanks for all your love. Thanks, Rebecca. Great to have you. Thank you guys for saying hello, goodbyes, and your thank yous. I really, you know, because I love you guys. I wouldn't do it without you. Thanks, Mary. I wouldn't do it without you. You know, it's my favorite thing to do is be here with you. So thank you. And I'll see you on the other side. And there's a thing where you can join the Facebook group, ask to join, you'll be allowed in, and we can go and have some fun this week. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And starting Monday and Wednesday, this next week, there's already sessions, not to mention all the replay. Love you. Bye. Happy New Year.